everybody. It is still May 5th. I'm sorry, May 26th, 2026, 5th month. I am still. Excuse me. Sorry, I got a text message. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still Andrew, alcoholic and addict, and I enjoyed that last one. So I'm gonna do another one. We're gonna see what we get here. God, wow. All right, all right. So this is the Avett Brothers Colorshow. I saw them many times with many different people. They used to play in Asheville, the fucking Westville pub before they got big, which is very fucking cool to see them in like a place with 20 people. I went to an Avett Brothers show that was being taped with Ann Mead the night that Phil ran through the glass door and I had to save his life. That's heavy. Show. I do have a lot of fun memories of these guys. They were a place and time, just like Dr. Dog. They were like, just the right time in Asheville and Portland and then afterwards. Yeah, I got a lot of love for their music. Love Break the Letter to Hate and like there's the night with fucking Phil, man. I don't even remember the concert. I don't remember how did it beforehand. I remember the girls went upstairs to go to bed. We were staying at Steph's Lake House. And yeah, Steph and me went upstairs to go to bed. Phil and I were going to stay up and have some drunk throw time, We were already shit-faced, of course. And we're outside, out back, and like I'm laying in a hammock. And Phil jumps up, he runs inside, he grabs a bottle, and he takes off running. And then I hear this crash. And I'm like, oh. And then about a second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, I hear Phil go, I think I need to go to the hospital. I've cut myself very badly. In his calm, hilarious, shocked Phil voice. And, I jump up and go running over there, and there's nothing but blood and glass fucking everywhere. Like, this was not a safety glass door. This is like old school 1970s lake house. Like, yeah, a million pieces, all sharp. And Phil is bleeding profusely from many spots, but primarily his thigh, where his femoral artery is. I fucking grab him, I lead him over to the couch, I lay him down, I try to check him out. He's like just battling shock. I take my belt off and tie a tourniquet around his leg. I get some towels, I'm trying to and the girls are like just screaming. I'm like, call fucking 911. Just screaming. I'm like, one of you call 911, one of you go out to the end of the driveway and wait for them and wave them in, okay? Jesus Christ. This is So the EMTs got there and they were like, holy shit. I'm like, yeah, take this off my hands, please. And they're like, nah, just keep holding that. I'm doing great. Wait for it wasn't the ambulance at first, it was the first responder. And he was like, no, you got it, man, you're doing good. And then finally the EMTs got there and took him to the hospital and whatever. And punk rock changed their life. It's appropriate for Phil Emery. Anyway, he had his surgery, he had to get a bunch of blood, and et cetera, et cetera. He had like 40 fucking stitches in his leg or some shit like that, and he was cut up all over, but like the Cy was the dangerous bit. He had to do physical therapy and etc. Yeah, I remember after it left, like I was like, and I like just started rolling joints and smoking them, and Annie was like, she had it tied, one of those Tide pens, you know, and like I took my polo shirt off, and she just went, and it was, I mean, covered in blood, and that's how she dealt with the scene. Was she spent the next 4 hours coloring the Tide pen on my shirt to get the blood out. And it was wild, man. And Steph's brother and father showed up in the morning, and I was out back looking at the scene, and they come down from the front and around back, and like when they come into view of the scene, they both just stop dead in their tracks and light a cigarette. And I'm like, I know, right? But anyway, yeah, that was a traumatic event. But I'm cool as a cucumber in the moment, and then later I have a heart attack. That's how I do. One of my favorite phrases defining a Southern gentleman is that you're supposed to be acceptable at a dance and indispensable in a shipwreck.